Hello, welcome into the shadows where we cuss and discuss random topics that I like to talk about. So if you're here for that, let's go. All right, we're gonna watch this court clip that I don't know, I think is gonna be amazing. The I got it from one of my favorite YouTube channels right now, Court with Chrissy. Credit goes to you, Chrissy. Thank you. You're wonderful. I love your videos. Let's check it out.
Ain't no bond. I don't care about a bond. The bond don't do goddamn thing for me. No bond. I don't bond.
Hey.
Well,
Hi.
Chicago.
Hey. Okay. So we're just going to mute you.
I love
I'm
it.
not sure what that was all about. Attorney Chanel, did you have a chance to speak with, I'm assuming that you are Mr. Pelton?
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Pelton.
And
No, I
Your
think
Honor,
you're my attorney.
Okay. Before you say anything else, you have an attorney. I think you should let her speak for you.
I'll speak for myself.
Are you
No, don't speak for yourself, please. Don't. Oh, by the way, if you hear this really weird like sucking noise in the background, that's Lulu. She's having a Kong right now. And she sounds disgusting with it. So, I apologize. Ignore it. Okay, this guy's freaking crazy and hilarious. I can't believe people like think it's appropriate to talk like this in court. Okay, anyway.
saying that you don't want to be represented by an attorney for this arraignment?
Why should I? She ain't gonna help me. She ain't down to help me.
I mean, how about you slow your roll a little bit so that we can actually call your case, okay, and see what's going on.
She didn't even call the case yet. He just came in talking and yelling and freaking out. Lulu, just lay down somewhere. Quit jumping on and off the bed. Crazy.
Here. Now, this is case number 15S00004. This is the state of Michigan versus Alan Dwayne Pelton.
Oh, by the way, like she just said, this is in Michigan. A ton of the clips I'm going to be showing you are from Michigan. So, yeah.
Assistant Public Defender Sonia Shanat on behalf of Mr. Pelton.
Okay. And Mr. Pelton, are you willing to state your name for the court?
Help.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, today is the date and time set for an arraignment. What I am seeing is that a bench warrant issued for your arrest way back March 13th of 2015 for your
No, it was 2013.
Okay.
Oh my God. What is that noise? I apologize. I started hearing noises and I had to go check things out. Anywho, where were we?
I'm looking at the case file right now.
Oh, she said he had a bench warrant, right? So just so you know, if you don't know what a bench warrant is, basically it's if you fail to appear to your court date, the judge is going to say, all right, issue him a bench warrant, go have the sheriff pick him up, that kind of thing. That's what bench warrant is.
2015, I wasn't even in this state.
Well, that would probably explain why a bench warrant issued for your failure to appear then.
You made me homeless with this dumb shit. All I did was tell my son to cool out. That's it. And I got this and homeless and everything else.
Okay.
I got this and homeless and oh God. Okay, so you've been homeless since 2013, dude? Because you did what with your son? What? Okay.
I have
They
just
got my kids stolen
Hey.
from me.
I don't want to.
Okay, wait. What is going on down here in the corner? Look at this. Look at this right here. I don't know if you can see my mouse, but down in the bottom right corner, this guy, Joshua, in the bottom screen, top, he's freaking sleeping. He's sleeping in court. What is happening?
Have to mute you, sir. I would like to be able to get through this. Okay.
I'm in rage. I got my son stolen from me. I got my wife over telling my
Okay.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
at this time,
I forgot I did that earlier. I zoomed in on it so you could all see like that they're just waiting on this guy who's sleeping. Love it.
did you wish to address bond?
Yes, Your Honor. We stand muted to the charges and regarding bond. I would like the court to note that Mr. Pelton did refuse to speak with me today during his jail visit, so I was unable to
Of course he did. Of course he did.
advise him regarding this matter. However, I did notice that he does not have any holds at this time. Therefore, I would just be asking the court to set a bond in this matter in another court date. Thank you.
How does she gonna just like expect he's gonna come back? I don't know. You're gonna have to put him on a GPS monitor or something.
No. At this time, he
He's on mute and he's just back there yelling. I love that. I love it.
okay.
Look at him.
I'm not going to have you unmute
Guy's
right
still
now. I can't
sleeping.
have you swearing and disrespecting the court like that. So, given the age of all of this and what's going on, okay. That bond with the following conditions. You are not to use or possess alcohol, marijuana, or illegal drugs. You are to report to community corrections within 24 hours of your release for drug and alcohol testing. You need $12 and a photo ID. You are not to purchase or possess any firearms, ammunition, or other dangerous weapons. You are not to leave the state of Michigan without the court's permission. You are not to engage in any sort of criminal activity whatsoever. You are not to have contact with the victim in this case, and when the court says no contact, the court means no in-person contact, no contact through the mail.
I keep trying to fix the layout so that you can see my beautiful credit to court with Chrissy thing in the background. It's not working. It's pissing me off. Forgive me, y'all. I gotta go fix it. I won't be able to focus on the video. I need to go fix it. I fixed it. We're good. Let's get back to the show.
No contact over the phone, via phone calls, text messages, emails, social media, the internet in any way, shape, or form, or through third parties. And you are not to go to the victim's place of residence. You are to appear for any and all dates set for you by the court. So that includes your next court date, which is going to be July 1st. That will be July 1st, 2024 at 9 a.m. over Zoom before Judge Washington. If you don't have a device that you
I love Judge Washington. She's awesome.
can use to access Zoom, there is a tablet in the lobby of the 14B District Court that you can use.
Tell me he doesn't look like the most methed up Shaggy from Scooby-Doo you've ever seen.
The 14B District Court is the one in Ypsilanti Township. So it's off of Huron River Drive. You can also
Pissed.
talk to the public defender's office. They may be able to help you get access to a device that you can use for Zoom.
Oh, butterfly, hello. Hi, welcome. Good morning. How are you feeling? Hello. Oh, no, not quite. All right, let me see.
Prior to your release, you are to be fitted with a GPS tether. That is for tracking purposes
Yeah, that's what I said they do. Because you're like, dude, you haven't come back in 12 years. How do I know you're going to come back to your next court date?
only, and to ensure your appearance at the next court date. At this time, based on the information within the case file and the age of this since the warrant issued, the court will set a personal recognizance bond in this matter.
Personal recognizance. I can never say that word. Recognizant. I can't say it. A PR bond. Means that you're out on your own personal recognizances, so you don't have to pay a cash bond or 10% bond, nothing like that. You're just, that tells me he has a relatively minor misdemeanor.
Okay.
Shaggy,
If
we
you're
can't
able
hear
to
you.
actually talk to me instead of yelling, I can ask them to unmute you. But I want to be able to talk. Okay. Just wave to them out there and tell them you want to be unmuted. Okay. You can unmute him so we can talk. You're
I'll
not
just sit here.
Okay. No.
I got nobody out there. I don't know a soul.
Okay.
Okay.
So are you trying to suggest it would be your preference to stay in there, or is there something else that you are trying to ask for?
You're asking me to make a come out? Is that ain't gonna help me?
Okay, sorry, you broke up a little bit there.
I said a buying them out is not gonna help me.
Dude, you don't have a bottom out. You can walk right out of there. 4 to 6 hours, buddy. Go back to your cell, take a nap, and you'll be able to walk right out of there without paying $1.
Yeah, I'll just sit in there if it's $5.
Okay, so I was setting a personal recognizance bond, so there is no amount.
Oh,
Okay, so you'd be getting out.
Oh, now I feel stupid.
Did order, however, that you get a GPS tracker prior to release.
what did you go with? Go shopping and pay bills and things and go around town.
You can do that. You're not on house arrest. It's just, oh man. It's just so we can see where you are, dude. You're not on house arrest.
Okay, I'm not sure if I'm understanding you.
Do I have to stay in the house with?
No, but it's to ensure your appearance at the next court date. So if
Okay, and I need to make sure I know how to do this. I don't know where the Ipsy courthouse is to do the Skype.
Okay, so you don't have to come to Ypsilanti to do the Zoom. Okay, this is why you should probably talk to the public defender's office because they might be able to help you with this. Okay, you can access Zoom and Zoom court.
He doesn't even want to deal with any of it. He's like, fuck.
From anywhere.
Oh,
So
This
long
guy's
as you
still
have a
sleeping.
device. Now, I did say you're not to leave the state of Michigan without the court's permission.
How does somebody fall asleep in court? Like, and how embarrassing also. I mean, it's mighty hard to embarrass me. Mighty hard. I don't get embarrassed very easily. But that might embarrass me. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I'd probably just laugh about it, to be honest.
yeah.
So long as you're in Michigan and you have access to a device with the internet, you can call into court on July 1st. Okay. Do you have a phone?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. A smartphone or no?
Yeah, a smartphone.
Okay. So you can Zoom on a smartphone if you
I
have.
just don't know how to do it.
Well, you can have someone show you. I don't know if they'll do it at the jail, but there's people who can show you how to do it. You can also call into Zoom. There's a
I have a good easy time with people. People like to say, fuck you, die to me.
okay. So for start,
Okay, people like to say fuck you, die to you. Well, maybe it's how you come off to people, how you approach them. You ever think? You think it's just everybody else around you who's fucked up? It's not you? Okay.
starters, let's not swear in court.
I mean, people treat me terribly, spit in my face, punch me, hit me, flick me off. If I just say, can you please help me? That's the kind of behavior I get.
Okay. But are you saying, walking up to them saying, can you please just help me? Because I guarantee you, if you do that with no anger, no hostility, calmly, you will not be met with that type of behavior. So I think it's you, dude. Al. I forget his last name.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to do what I can right now. Okay.
Yeah.
And I realize there's not a whole lot from here. All right. So I'm glad that we're actually able to talk right now, though. So that's a good start. All right. What I want you to do, Attorney Chanel, can you have somebody reach out to him today?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Okay. Because I suspect that there are resources that the public defender can help you get connected with. Have you worked with community mental health at all?
I don't like them. No, I won't.
Okay.
Okay. Let me guess. You don't think you have mental health problems. Is that going to be it? Is that why you don't like them and you're not going to go? Because you don't think you have any issues? All right. Well, I'm going to tell you, dude. Everybody on this freaking earth can benefit from some therapy. I don't care who you are.
I don't have a mental health problem.
Okay.
What did I just say? Yep.
Well, fair enough.
We beg to differ.
The point is more to get you connected with some resources in the community that might be able to help you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you've got your next court date. It's
Yeah.
July 1st. It's over Zoom. You're getting a personal recognizance bond.
Work,
Oh, hi, Daffodil. You awake now? Oh, look at your sleepy eyes.
work to show me to tell me the dates.
Yeah. Should get paperwork before you leave the jail. Yes.
Yeah, good morning.
If for some
buddy.
reason you don't, you've got a smartphone. Okay. You can
How do you think he feels? He's probably like, how long was I asleep? Oh my God, I hope nobody noticed. Nobody noticed. I'm good. I wasn't asleep for like longer than 30 seconds. I'm good. Nobody noticed.
Google the 14D district court.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
That if you forget anything or if you have any other issues, you can call the court.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
Now,
like I said, you've got a personal recognizance bond, but you're probably going to be in there one more night because you're getting fitted with a GPS tether prior to getting out. And I don't know if you'll be able to do that today. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you have any questions for me right now?
No, I just don't understand how I can have a warrant for this. All I did
Okay.
was tell a child to knock it off 10 years ago.
stop talking about your case, please. These defendants are so bad at this. I'm over him. He's boring me.
You at this stage. All right. So hopefully this will help you in the long run get this case resolved. Okay. Because, yeah, like you said, this is from 10 years ago. Okay. So now, if you don't.
Okay, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do
And Attorney
it
Chanel,
with him anymore.
I believe that concludes our documents.
State of Michigan versus Joshua Spanky, case number 23-00229.
Personally, good for the people.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Allison Mueller here on behalf of Joshua Steinke.
Mr. Spanky,
Is nobody gonna call him up for sleeping? Also, I love this judge. She's awesome.
Good morning, Your Honor. Afternoon.
good afternoon, Mr. Spanky.
How much you want to bet that's drool on his shirt?
So, I need to arraign you on your new violation. It alleges that you missed drug testing on April 26th, April 30th, had a positive drug test for THC on May 2nd, missed a drug test on May 14th, missed a drug test on May 17th, and failed to provide updated aftercare info following the release from the Sacred Heart program. So those are all violations. At this point in time, sir, you could be sentenced to up to 5 days in the Washington County Jail. Actually, I think this is more than the first violation.
Prosecutor in the middle is like, yep, there's more than one violation.
Ms. Johnson, do you know how many violations? Let me see. I know there was at least one where you did some substantial time. No, I think you did the time up front, so that wasn't a violation.
I'm grabbing his file now, Your Honor. I believe he did the time up front.
Yeah, it was up front. He hasn't had a violation yet. So, sir, you could serve up to 5 days in the Washington County Jail for these violations. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Ms. Muller, what would your client like to do?
Yes, Your Honor, I had a chance to speak with Mr. Steinke about the violations. He does not want to contest them, so he, I believe, will be admitting to the violations. Is that correct, Mr. Steinke?
Yes, that's correct.
Please raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to file will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You may lower your hand. Is it true you missed drug testing on April 26th and April 10th and tested positive for THC on May 2nd?
Yes.
And then you missed tests on May 14th and May 17th?
Yes.
And you failed to provide the appropriate updated aftercare info after your release from Sacred Heart. Is that correct?
I'm working on that.
But you haven't provided it yet?
Hasn't came in yet, no.
Thank you. I find that there's no and willing admission to the violation. Are you satisfied, Ms. McDuffie?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Muller?
I'm satisfied as well, Your Honor.
So you must drug test within 24 hours. Or you try to test within.
Okay, this guy in the very middle, he looks like one of the freaking 12 dwarves. Dopey. Are there 12 dwarves? 7? Oh, shoot. I don't know. One of the dwarves. Dopey. That one.
24 hours will result in a bench warrant issuing immediately.
Bench warrant issuing immediately? Wait, I missed that. Why don't they just tell him to turn himself in? I guess they expect he won't since he never comes to court. Guess. Oh, they told him to turn it. Okay. She said turn yourself in within 24 hours or a bench warrant will be issued immediately. Got it.
I'm going to schedule you to come in on June 27th, 2024 at 11 a.m. in person. So we can determine what your sentence should be. In the meantime, you need to get that assessment over to probation. Before then, you need to drug test as has been ordered and drug test within 24 hours. Do you understand, sir?
So you said coming in person on June 27th, or where do I go?
14B District Court at 72.
What do you mean? Where do you go? How? I don't get that. What do you mean? You know where you are right now, right? Like, you know who on the other side of the screen you're talking to, right? You're gonna go where they work, okay? Where those big desks are, where the guy at the front, he has the big hammer, you know, that building. Come on, dude, get your shit together.
200 South Huron River Drive, sir.
Okay. Trying to think here. Is that going to be an actual court case or?
What? Look how they're all looking at him. Honey, this whole thing is a court case, okay? It's going to be a sentencing hearing. You're going to be sentenced to probably 5 days in jail. What do you mean? Is this going to be a court? What?
That's going to be your probation violation sentencing, Mr. Steinke. We can discuss it further if you want after court, if you have specific questions about what that means, okay?
Okay.
Your Honor, and this is directed to Agent Johnson too. I know that we're still waiting on the labs to come back on that EMU police report. But did he actually get a violation for that though, pending those results, or we're just waiting to get the full results?
I believe we did violate him on that.
Okay. I will reach back out to them and find out if there's any updates.
Hmm.
I don't see it in the file at least.
I can double check it.
Okay, let's double check that before our next sentencing, okay?
Will do, Your Honor.
Thank you. We'll see you, sir, at your next court date.
Thank you.
Thank you. State of Michigan versus Charles Bartlett.
He's
Case
going
number
back to bed.
19-00515.
Personally, that's for the people.
All right, good afternoon.
I will be right back on.
Okay, will do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I adore this judge. Why isn't my freaking... Sorry. I love this judge. Judge Lal. I love her so much. She's amazing.
Courtroom 2, who do we have, please?
Position 5, forward.
All right.
Attorney in the top right. You good? Looks like he's keeled over.
This is State versus Shedrick Floyd, 24 CR 3479Y, accused of simple battery family violence from January 31st, 2024. Mr. Floyd, you've been advised of your right to remain silent, and your attorney is Mr. Cook. And I believe this is also his first arrest. Ms. Mulcahy, what's the state's recommendation?
Yes, the state's recommendation is a $2,000 surety bond, no further contact with the victim, Leah Francis, stay away from the victim's residence, and one-day anger awareness. Our office did have a chance to speak with the victim who did.
What the hell is one day of anger management gonna do? Come on, get real. You know, like so many of these programs, like sentencing programs, are such a joke. Like that could probably, like, maybe that'll be really beneficial to him. Anger management, it would, you know? But do you really think he's gonna learn in one day? I mean, shit, it takes 12 days of something consistent to even start a habit. So that's, I don't know, it's just so pointless to me, I guess.
Confirmed that her and the defendant are no longer in a relationship. They do not live together. They share one child, and she is currently pregnant with their second child. She did confirm the events in the warrant and stated this is not the first time the defendant has been violent with her, and not the first time.
And it's not going to be the last, girl. Leave him for you and your babies.
Police have been called, but this is the first time he has been arrested for his violence towards her. I've been in contact since this incident, and the defendant has been violent with her still, even after learning that she was pregnant. They just had an altercation on May 31st in Clayton County, where the defendant tried to push her down the stairs. The victim did state she is in fear of the defendant and does not want any contact and does not agree to any third-party transfer.
Okay, so I'm just going to point some out to you. So right under the judge, you know, the defendant is right next to the judge. Right on the bottom of the judge, that's his mom, the defendant's mommy. All the woman beaters, where do they end up? Right back at freaking home with their mommies. Every damn time. You gotta serve a warrant on a woman beater? Check his mama's house. I promise.
Of their child.
Does he have any other open cases? I know that you know of. I've been told this is his first arrest.
I did not see anything on his GCIC
Doubt it.
report. I don't know if the police were called for that.
Ma'am. No. Put your hand down. This isn't 7th grade. We're not in science class. We're in a courtroom. Put your hand down. Not your time to speak.
Altercation that happened on May 31st in Clayton County, and if he was arrested or not.
All right. All right. I have Leah Francis. Is there a Leah Francis on Zoom? All right. I have an
I wonder if that's the victim.
Shanti iPhone who's trying to speak up. If you want to unmute and let us know. Yes, ma'am. Who are you?
I'm his mom.
All right. And
So-
if you'd like to say something, please raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best.
You know, people really take advantage of this thing they swear to tell the truth, you know? I mean, it's crazy how people will, you know, take that oath and the first line out of their mouth is a lie. And opposing counsel brings something up and show them they're lying. Like, I just, and not will they stop there. Nope, they won't stop there. They'll just continue to lie. And opposing counsel will continue to show everybody that you're lying. Man, if you don't have credibility in court, you have nothing. Nothing.
To your knowledge.
Yes.
All right. Yes, ma'am. What would you like to tell us?
This is my son's first offense. On that altercation, they were all Ubering, and she began to.
No. This is your son's first time of being caught. Okay? Not his first offense. First time being caught.
Strike him. So he got out the car.
No.
Ugh, okay. I'm not gonna say anything.
Were you present at the incident?
I picked him up, but I didn't know
Okay,
the police was
no,
called.
you're not going to describe the incident if you're not there.
Shut up.
Yes, ma'am, I do understand. But
Anything else to add?
she's also came over to my house and she saw me leaving for work, but broke through the window. I asked her, did I need to let her in? So I do believe they do need no contact, but she comes over to our residence. We do not come to hers.
And what is your residence? Is it in Fulton County?
No, we're in Clayton County.
Fulton County, Georgia. That's where Nancy Grace prosecuted. And there's another judge in Fulton County. Her name is Judge Manning, and she's amazing. And she will ban people from the whole county. Don't come back to Fulton County unless it's for court or medical. Court or medical. Don't even stop and change your tire in Fulton County. Don't stop at the gas station and get gas. Nothing.
Ma'am.
Please go to the Clayton County Superior Court if you need some kind of protection from Miss Francis, or you can call the cops and have her criminally trespass from your property if she does not live there.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Mr. Cook, anything to add?
Your Honor, there was some kind of altercation on May 31st, and he was picked up by Clayton County. That is relevant for this reason. He does not believe any charge was ever filed. He never went before a judge, but he stayed in Clayton from May 31st till they transferred him here to Fulton. So we do have a.
Okay, so he has had a prior charge. What the Oh my God.
We do have a 72-hour problem here if there was no charge.
I didn't know that.
So what they're saying is if you arrest somebody, you have 72 hours to make those charges stick. You have 72 hours, you know, get your shit together in 72 hours. And apparently
I don't see anything here that indicates otherwise. So he was arrested where now?
He was arrested May 31st
Where?
in Clayton County.
So he was arrested for the Clayton County matter?
Well, yes, I guess, but there was no charge filed, and he was told and he never went before a judge, and he was told that they were waiting for APD to pick him up. Well, I guess.
What's the date of this warrant?
The date of this warrant is February 8th, 2024.
Oh, okay. So they probably picked him up because he was wanted then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
On the jail screen, I see he was booked for this charge. It looked like he was booked on the 4th at 1:03 p.m.
Right, but what I'm saying is he was sitting in Clayton since May 31st.
Okay.
For the Clayton County charge, correct?
let's see if okay, let me know in the comments. Timestamp it right now. Timestamp. Let me know if you see what I see, please.
Well, no, we don't know.
What position we on? I can give you 2 seconds. I'll let you know.
Position 5. I just need to know whether he was arrested in Clayton on this warrant or something else. And then
Clayton has the public website, so let me just type his name into the system. I can report back in maybe 20 seconds.
All right, Mr. Walker, we'll hold on that. All right.
Look at his hair. Oh my God.
Mr. Floyd, we're going to hold on your case. Next case, please.
I'm so confused about that case right now.
This is Truman Paget.
Look at this guy's hair. Oh my God. That's fake hair, right? Oh, it literally looks like a mop pad. thing. Oh God, that's horrible.
Case 24 CR 3473A, accused of battery, family violence from May 13th, 2024. Mr. Paget.
Okay, and the woman right below the judge, this other attorney, she must be the defense attorney. She looks like, look at her hair. She looks like Cynthia from Rugrats. Cynthia, the little Barbie doll with the fried hair. Angelica's Barbie doll, Cynthia. It has like fried hair. Oh my God, she looks just like her.
You've been advised to be right to remain silent, and your attorney is going to be
Me, Your Honor.
Ms. McLeod. Yeah, I'm sorry. Looking for you on our.
That's a little inappropriate. And your attorney is going to be me, Your Honor. That's weird. Don't say that.
Zoom battles. Okay. I understand this is also a first arrest. So, Mr. Walker, what's your recommendation?
My recommendation is going to be a $2,000 surety bond, no contact with the victim, Mr. Caden Williams, to stay away from the incident location. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. Just briefly, law enforcement was dispatched to the incident location where they met with the victim, Mr. Williams. He advised that him and the defendant are in a relationship. They reside together. They were in a verbal disagreement where the defendant struck the victim and also kicked him. He did have a visible bruise on his body. We did make contact with Mr. Williams. I believe Mr. Williams is on the line. He advised that this is not the first time that the defendant has been violent towards him, and he is requesting a no contact along with that stay away. And we can sign for the victim, Mr. Caden Williams.
All right, Mr. Williams, if you'd like to address the court, you need to unmute so I may place you under oath. All right, Mr. Williams, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge? Could you respond? All right, your audio is not connected to the Zoom. All right, while we're waiting, Ms. McLeod. Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, this is my client's first arrest. My client tells me that his ex.
I love the way lawyers speak to each other because words are just so important in the courtroom. You have to be every word. So she started off, well, my client tells me, and she starts that way for a reason. She wants everybody to know that I'm not vouching that this happened. I'm not taking any ethical boundaries here, but this is basically, I'm gonna let you all know, warn you right now, this is the shit my client's spewing.
Is retaliating against him because he had to call the police and his ex was arrested. He does not wish any contact either, but he still does have some belongings at the location. So he's requesting at least a
one time, so stand by. Cops can go with the guy one time, get his shit, and he cannot come back.
one-time police escort back to the location so he can get his belongings, Your Honor. And I would ask the court for a signature bond for my client because he has absolutely no history.
Okay, so a signature bond is the same thing as a PR bond, personal recognizance bond. You essentially you're signing, you're agreeing with your signature. You're agreeing to the bond requirements with your signature.
Of any arrests.
I've got an address in Rome, Georgia. Is that where he lives?
That is correct, Your Honor. That is where he will be living.
Wait. I don't know if she said he doesn't have any priors.
Rome, Georgia. Is that where he
is retaliating against him because he had to call the police and his ex was arrested. He does not wish any contact either, but he still does have some belongings at the location. So he's requesting at least a one-time police escort back to the location so he can get his belongings, Your Honor. And I would ask the court for a signature bond for my client because he has absolutely no history.
Okay. He has absolutely no history. I get a feeling they're going to find out different.
Of any arrests.
I've got an address in Rome, Georgia. Is that where he lives?
That is correct, Your Honor. That is where he will be living.
Okay. I'm sorry, Mr. Williams, did you come through?
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Did you so agree to the oath?
Yes, I do.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to add to this proceedings?
Yes, Your Honor. So Mr. Pageant and I dated for over a year. During that period, there were at least 10 incidents of him physically attacking me. I have the text messages in my phone for every time that he attacked me just because he didn't like something that I said. I actually showed those to the police officer who came to the house.
Typical narcissist. So the guy he's talking about is in the top far right box, the defendant, and he looks like a little prick. He so does. He looks exactly how this guy makes him sound. I can see it.
And
he's way too. For real. Little bitch.
he actually had me send those to him. There are numerous text messages where he admitted to having anger issues and saying he needed to control it better.
Well, I would object to this line of testimony.
They always do. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. So this defense attorney starts to piss me off because this is a bond hearing and the victim has the right to be heard. They do. They have the right to be heard how it makes them feel that their perpetrator is getting out. Or, like, how do you feel about bond? Do you care if he gets out on a signature bond? Do you think he needs, higher monitoring? Do you think he needs a $100,000 bond? How do you feel about it? Do you care? Do you not care? Do you think he needs to stay in jail? And every victim has that right at a bond hearing. So this defense attorney freaks the frick out about everything he says. Like, oh, she's awful. Just wait.
Money. I think this is just a bond hearing. My client doesn't want contact, and he obviously doesn't want contact.
Now you go ahead and say everything that you want to say. I'm gonna ask the witness a lot.
Yeah. So the prosecutor's like, yeah, you're right, lady. You just said it's a bond hearing. I'm letting my victim say whatever he feels he wants to say.
I'll testify freely and to address the court.
Why? This is just a bond hearing.
Yes, lady, it is a bond hearing. And those are one of the hearings that victims are to be heard at. You're a lawyer, right? You passed the bar? Like, this is simple. Very simple. Like, you learn this day 2, okay?
Say everything you want to say.
As long as
Yeah, I like this prosecutor. You say anything you want to say. That is how it works. That is how it works.
I can get a word in edgewise, objection overruled. Mr. Williams, you may continue.
Your Honor, and
did you see the prosecutor's face? Let's go back to that when the judge overrules.
I'm gonna ask the witness allowed to testify freely and to address the court.
Why? This is just a bond hearing.
Say everything you want to say.
As long as I can get a word in edgewise, objection overruled. Mr. Williams, you may continue.
Your Honor, and so as I stated, I have numerous text messages where he's apologized and admitted that he attacked me for no
So
reason.
if I issue a bond that requires him to stay away from you and where you live, would that be satisfactory?
I feel like he needs. So during the relationship, there were several attempts to.
He knows he needs hard, cold jail time. I was going to say that's the only thing that fixes these narcissistic sociopaths that beat women. But nothing fixes them, okay? Nothing does. Nothing will. It's the ones that are like generationally cursed with that, especially, it's never ever going to get better. That is in their blood. That is their bread and butter behavior, and it's never going to change. So if you know a man who's like this and their daddy's like it too, run. I mean, if you know a man like this, run regardless, but if it's a generational curse like that, get away from them. But yeah, these women beating men can't. It's all about control, coercive control, and their own insecurities. It's disgusting, and yeah.
Coordinate with his family.
I'll tell my story at some point in the near future. Yeah.
To have like a mental health evaluation or anger management classes. It never happened, and he does have a history of mental health in the past where he's.
I would object. to this line of testimony again.
No, no. This is great testimony because this guy is probably the one who knows this better than anybody else. And I don't think this Caden guy, I don't think he's just coming to court just to get this kid in trouble. He was with him for what, almost 2 years, he said? He probably wants the guy to get some help. And this is the only way. This is the only way. Like I said, it's so rare for these type of people to get better. I mean, it's like to get better from this narcissism, this women beating mindset, this personality disordered, that's never going to go away, but you can treat it. But let me tell you, you're not going to be fixed in 6 months. You're not going to be fixed in a year, not 10 years. Maybe 25 years, 30 years down the line, maybe you'll be a different person. But deep down, you are still who you are at the core. Period. These people don't change.
That has nothing to do with bond.
Your Honor.
It has everything. It has fucking everything to do with this, lady. Everything to do with it. Go dip your head in some candle wax.
No, Mr. Williams, when you hear the word object, you have to stop. Okay. Mr. Walker, do you have a response?
What was the legal basis for the objection? I don't think I heard a speaking objection.
Relevance. He's saying his mental health is not relevant.
Okay, we can move past the MH. We can move past the MH.
All right. Mr. Williams, I'm going to sustain the objection without referencing any mental health issues. Anything else that you'd like to contribute?
Yes, there was an incident that I just want to make the court aware of, where we were having a disagreement in the car. This was back in October. And he
watch the defense attorney is going to flip. But this specifically is something important because this shows a pattern, you know? And prior bad acts, it's just important because it shows just the root of that person.
became upset, and we were going like 50 miles an hour up a 2-lane road in Roswell, and he became upset and tried to open the door, but it was a Tesla rental, so of course the doors.
Okay, and this is also something that now it's an incident that it also endangered the public. So this is important because the bond requirements are that, you know, you're going to return to court, and the judge has to assure that you're going to return to court. She has to assure the safety of any victims and the safety of the public and flight risk. Those are like the 4 main things that go into bond. So this is extremely relevant because if he is dangerous to the public, that goes towards bond. That goes against bond. You know what I'm saying? So this is extremely important. And watch, the defense attorney is going to flip.
It's not going to open. He told me to unlock the doors, and I said, I'm not going to unlock the doors for you to hop out while the car is going 50 miles an hour. So he grabbed the steering wheel, took us over a curb, through a fence, and into a tree, where we luckily walked away without any serious injuries. There were several witnesses to this happening, and that's why I want to bring this to the court's attention. This has been ongoing over a year.
What did I say? He's establishing a pattern.
Just serious anger issues. We went on a.
It's also good that he's getting all of this stuff on the record right now too. If he ever wants to get a personal protection order over this guy in the future.
Cabin trip in Colorado, and while I was driving 80 miles an hour at the interstate, he got mad because I said something he didn't like. He started.
Okay, keep watching this defense attorney. What the fuck is so funny, Cynthia? What is funny? I don't. Why are you smiling? This isn't funny at all. At fucking all.
Punching me in the back of my head, and his sister was present, and my best friend who was sitting behind me.
I'm going to raise another objection, also to relevance. We're talking about bond. This is a bond hearing.
Miss McLeod, I agree with you, but if the victim believes that the defendant is of a threat to him, and that's going to be a no contact provision, I'm going to let the victim testify.
Boom. All right. So what she's saying is, I get what you're saying as the defense attorney. You're trying to protect your client. However, this victim seems to be establishing that he wants me to put in place a protective order right now with it as a bond stipulation. I didn't know he was going to do that. Like I said, I thought it was a good idea that he put all this stuff on the record right now anyway, so that later in the future, if he wants to get a protection order, he could. I didn't realize he was going to want that as a bond stipulation right now, which I don't blame him. I think that's great. I thought they would automatically make that a bond stipulation, but maybe this guy doesn't know that.
Justify what they believe is relevant, and this is relevant. But Mr. Williams, as I've already said, I'm going to require him to have no contact with you. Do you have anything else that you'd like to add? Indicating that you've had a rather toxic relationship is pretty much a done deal at this juncture. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. I see someone called Anne, and I don't know who that is. Yes, ma'am. Who are you?
Okay. Guess who this is going to be? Defendant's mommy. Yeah. Narcissistic woman beating defendant's mommy. You can find this man in her basement 100% of the year, 100% of the day, 100% of the time, playing video games, always.
I am the defendant's, I'm his mother.
All right. And what's your last name?
Paget.
All right. Ms. Paget, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And Mrs. Paget, where will Truman be living?
He'll be living at our home.
His name is Truman. Oh, come on, Mom. Well, you did this to him. You named him freaking Truman.
In what city?
Rome, Georgia.
Rome. Okay. And that's all I needed to know. Thank you.
Also, the items that he said he left at Mr. Williams' home, I do believe that my husband has been able to collect all of those at this point. My husband is in Roswell, so that's not an issue. But I'd like to point out that I've been on the phone during their arguments, and Mr. Williams is not innocent in this incident at all.
Okay, that doesn't really matter right now, though, because we're talking about your son, lady. We're at your son's bond hearing. Your son is behind bars in jail right now for domestic violence. Your son. Law enforcement saw him to be the aggressor, not Williams, not Mr. Williams. Your son, okay? Caden Williams was bruised. Your kid was the aggressor. Get over it.
And this did stem from my husband going to pick my son up and trying to get his belongings, and Mr. Williams not.
Why? Why is your husband over? Like, why? Why are you involved? Why are you here? He's 23 years old. Why are you involved in his relationship like that? Like, what the fuck is happening?
Doing it, so my husband had to call the police to ask them to come help get the belongings.
Okay.
After Mr. Williams was arrested, he went ahead with these charges.
Okay. Thank you.
No, that's not how it works. Okay, so this woman thinks that her son got arrested, and then Caden Williams came back and was like, yeah, I want to prosecute. No. That's not how it works anymore with domestic violence. The state always now prosecutes for the victim, period. Because they know that it's a mental emotional thing, and that there could be a fear in the victim, like a fear of what could come of stating, yeah, I want to prosecute, let's do this, because that person might go back. Like, you just never know. It's a mental game. And I'm glad that the state now takes that over. They don't let the victim be victimized again if they have anything to do with it.
On Mr. Paget, the bond is going to be set at $2,500. That's going to be a signature bond through pretrial services, level 1. Mr. Paget, you are to have no contact with Caden Williams, which means that you have to stay 200 yards away from him and not communicate with him in any way, form, or manner. You are to not return to 125 Waverly Hall in Atlanta, Georgia. From what I understand, all your belongings have already been retrieved by your father, so you are not allowed to return to that property at all. You're not to consume any illegal drugs. You're not to consume any alcohol, and you're not to possess or own any firearms. If you are living with Mrs. Paget and if you're living with your parents in Rome, Georgia,
If you're living in mommy's basement,
they cannot have a firearm in the same home as you. So either you go or the firearm goes.
he looks like Stuart Little.
Do you understand, Mrs. Paget?
Yes, ma'am. We don't have any firearms.
Okay. Mr. Paget, Truman Paget, you will report to pretrial once a month. And while you are released, you will enroll in a domestic violence intervention program within 30 days of being released. And that means that you will enroll in these classes and you will report to pretrial the date of enrollment, and then you will present them with the certificate. This is a requirement of bond and not an issue with regards to guilt or innocence. Thank you.
Your Honor, may my client report electronically? Give
Yes,
letters in
I'll
home?
allow him to report either virtually, either by phone or by Zoom.
Thank
However,
you.
pretrial sets it up. All right, thank you.
Thank
If you get, Mr. Paget, if you get arrested again, or if you violate the conditions, this signature bond will be revoked and you'll have to pay for it the next time. Thank you. Mr. Williams and Mrs. Paget, you're both free to go.
Thank you.
Mr. Walker, any updates on the floor?
I still can't believe the freaking prosecutor's hair.
Yes, 531. It looks like on Floyd,
Yes,
it looks like 531.
he was booked into Clayton County Jail,
That is correct.
so you can see it on the Riverside?
That it looks like he was booked in on 531 on these charges.
Okay. All right, Miss 31, yeah. So, Mr. Floyd, your bond on the simple battery family violence is going to be $10,000.
It's women beating day. What is up with all these women beaters? I don't understand. And she's giving them too much leniency, I think.
Going to be a signature bond through the jail.
Why?
Please be aware that even though it is
No, this guy has history. I already know he
a
does.
signature bond through the jail, that if you get arrested again, or if there are any further altercations with the alleged victim in this case and an arrest is in place, this $10,000 signature bond through the jail will be converted to either a cash bond or a surety bond. So you are on notice right now that you have an open pending case and that any future infractions with the law can result in a conversion of your bond. Thank you.
We're still asking for the no contact and the stay away, Your Honor.
Well, under Riverside, as you know, I
I
cannot impose.
don't think Riverside speaks to bond conditions. It might speak to being released.
I've
But
read the case law enough times to know no restrictions
the
allowed. So unless you have something to otherwise, I'll be glad to hear it.
the state disagrees with that position. I just want to put it on the record.
Noted. Next case, please.
All right. Well, now. That was fun. Okay, well, I hope you enjoy. If you like this style of video, please let me know. Comment. I'll do lives like this if you're interested. I don't know. Just let me know if you like this style of video. All right. Have a good day. What time is it? Night. Have a good night, everyone. Stay safe.